Beers, Wines and Spirits video. So, something different. Basically, just to chat about beer and the Marvel films that are coming out. And the Marvel series, as a fan of the Marvel films since they started coming on, ever since, Iron Man and that. And it's great to see how it's going on. And obviously, with COVID, it seems to have died a death a bit. And God knows what that is. Yeah, it seems to have died a death a bit with COVID. Good evening, Benjamin, mate. And it seems to be getting slightly better now. I mean, the series were good on Disney Plus. I did like Hawkeye. I thought Hawkeye was probably one of the best of those Disney TV series. And then Loki. Loki was good. Took a bit of getting into. Took a bit of understanding as well. Good evening, animator. How are we? I hear Streetwise is being disbanded and going back to Rushcliffe. Let's hope that little bold-headed bloke gets the sack. It is an Imperial, yeah. Chocolate fudge brownie. Yes. So, yeah. Chocolate fudge brownie flavouring into an Imperial Stout. If I could pass that through the TV to you, you would just be amazed at how damn nice that is. Oh, bloody hell. Off the charts nice, that is. Makes you smile. Yeah, and obviously, the recent Spider-Man film was okay. A little bit on the confusing side at times. Darryl Birch is taking over. Rightio. Taking over Streetwise or taking back Leisure. I didn't like that little bloke. I couldn't stand him. The minute he come in, I'm like, oh god, I didn't like you at all. And that's Sue. Oh, awful people. They're the reasons I left. Straight away, the difference. Good evening. Doing well, thank you. Not driving to Nottingham for it. It's a good beer, mate. Good beer. Good Imperial Start. And yeah. So Doctor Strange coming up soon. Good evening, Mr. Bolton. And yeah, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Now, have the Marvel films gone a bit too all the way from Glasgow? St. Mungo? I've not heard of that one. Is that a local beer? And like I say, with the Marvel films, it's I do hope they don't make it too confusing because let's be fair, the general public can't take it too confusing. Eternals was a boring film. I had to watch it 3 times to even vaguely understand it and like it. He's in charge of the bin side of Rushcliffe. Is he? I didn't even know that. Are they getting rid of the private work now? Is that going? Is it just going to be Rushcliffe? I think they took too much on. And they had the wrong person in charge as well. He should never have been in charge. Still keeping the private stuff. Are you going back? I certainly won't back, but keeping the private stuff. Let's be fair. Let's be fair. In a lot of ways, they had it good at one stage, especially when me and you were there. Before what's his name? They got rid of him. I can't remember his bloody name now. When Bob was there, it was all right, but then all of a sudden it went downhill, which is a sad word because it was decent, Our jobs change. It's a thing in life, isn't it? Jobs do change. And I remember the good days of Nottingham City Council. Yeah. Oh, God, I remember the brilliant days of Nottingham City Council. So he's still there, isn't he? I bet Pete wishes he'd never left. Um, Jobs changing. It's what ruins good jobs. Shit managers and idiots in charge ruins it. So 11.5% with the Emperor's Brewery on. Lovely Imperial Stout, 40 quid for the kit. And it goes down well. Got a chopped fudge brownie flavour into it, and it's just off the charts. Although you shouldn't really drink it too much of it because I'll be steaming, and that's not a good idea. I've no idea how I got away with it last night because I was half cooked down the shed, walked up to the house, and I was convincingly not drunk. So for those few seconds that I actually spoke. Pizza Nurture. Ooh. Imperial Plum Porter finished at 9.2%. Nurture, that's who I was with. Nurture, second biggest landscape company in the UK, and not the best. Nurture, yeah. Yeah, that's who I was with. I wonder who his boss is. That'd be interesting. Who his manager is. Yeah, Chris's beer reviews has got a live on Anta. I've seen that, Mark. Yeah. I need to sort my hopefully. Whoops. There we go. That's better. Yeah, good man Chris is doing his beer review, isn't he? Yeah, I thought I'd do something different tonight rather than just a beer review, to be fair. Obviously, big Marvel fan that I am, and looking forward to the Doctor Strange films, but it's if they make it too complicated and too strange. Fucking hell, it's a strange film. And I love the first Doctor Strange, but the second one, let's hope it's not too, that you can't get your head around it. This is the thing with the Marvel universe. Sometimes you're like, what was that about? I mean, I love the Guardians of the Galaxy films as well, and I can't wait for them to reappear. I do think COVID's ruined a lot of good films, though. The films didn't seem as good as they were billed to be. And tonight, Harry Potter, the third Fantastic Beasts film is out tonight. Yeah, I was hoping to go this weekend as well. Sadly, no. So, Imperial Plum Porter, 9.2%. I need to check my beers that I've got brewing. So, for those who follow the channel, I've got an Imperial Strawberry Kentucky English barley wine, Kentucky bourbon English barley wine, that is. And I've also got a Imperial Chili Chocolate Stout that I need to get the chilies out of before it makes it too potent. Got both of them brewing upstairs. I need to check the ABV. Just have an idea, Bolton, if you know, what's the highest you can ferment at percentage? Is it 23%? I was on about this in the beer review a minute ago, and I thought it was 23% is the highest that you can actually ferment at. Obviously you can distill up to 100% if you've got the means, but and certainly 60% with an air still. But to makes you wonder also about distilling beer, where when you get a beer like an Imperial Stout and you run it through an air still, and it comes out as a distilled Imperial Stout. But surely it's not going to come out clear. It'll come out black. These are questions, aren't they? Strange questions. I'm full of strange questions. Why is the Earth round? Yeah, for one. Yeah. Here we go. Yeah, depends on yeast. Callum, Callum's coming along, mate. It's Callum and Cockliffe, really. Um, been there 18 months now, just over 18 months, and the journey on both sides is unbelievable. Marvel Daredevil. Is that the blind one, the Daredevil? I'm trying to remember. But yeah, it was okay. I watched some of it on the tap water tonight. Oh, bless you. Council of Wine. Corporation Pop. Good evening. You're fucked. I'm fucked. The blind. Yeah, that was quite interesting. I was always worried that we were going to get his arse kicked. The Morrison salt beer, yeah, that was the only one they didn't have in my Morrison's. They had all the others. Um, just seems to be the trend for more expensive beers these days. Obviously, the hops are pricey, aren't they? But for me, supermarkets could do well by changing the traditional range and just getting a load of new breweries in. But can breweries sell the beer at the same prices that a lot of the big breweries can? Possibly not. You know, Marston's can sell their beer cheap because they brew it in such mega amounts, so they can afford to take a lower cut on each bottle, or supposedly at least. Um, Although some of that, I mean, Man's Brian Ale was just disgusting. I think that's Marston's, and yeah, and even their EPA. Look, same to you, mate. Have a good one. So yeah, yeah, looking forward to Doctor Strange. Scarlet Witch is there. The Scarlet Witch series, that was a strange one. It was like, what the hell is going on there? Yeah, there's a lot that won't pay a higher price, isn't there? And a lot that won't go, a lot that would never even consider going to craft beer companies and buying beers. Although sometimes you can get some good, good bargains out there if you look. Yeah, I mean, pedigrees now bottle conditioned. I remember that Marston's did a big thing about this bottle conditioning, but oops, this is why I can't wait. You're right, Bolton. I know a local brewer who works for a mega brewery down at Kelham Island. I ain't got a clue which brewery. And what he was saying was they would sell a pallet of beer, so God knows how many bottles are on a pallet, and they would make a few quid off that pallet. That's their profit, a few quid. And it's like, what? And just to get their beers into supermarkets, because supermarkets want their cut, and by the time you've gone and gone through all the processes and the costs, yeah, a few quid off a pallet. That's disgusting, isn't it? You'd want to be making a good amount going into supermarkets. So sometimes it's not worth the hassle. I think that's why the likes of Castle Rock near me, they brew their own beer, but they'll send it to somebody like Marston's to bottle it because it's far cheaper to do it that way than it is, send them a tank, a bloody beer tanker full of beers, so that they can do it on their hardware. A proper licorice taste this time off this. Um, Obviously getting the chocolate element. So this is the choc fudge brownie imperial stout that I did. Stunning taste, mind you, absolutely stunning. Um, I do fancy getting some different flavourings and going for it. But I think I'll be able to get less to make it a bit more subtle. Not so much subtle, but certainly not as much in your face. I reckon I'll be able to go less on the amount put in. Liam, he did a 40 pint brew, and he only put an £8 bottle in. So obviously you don't need as much, by the sounds of it. And that Dr. Roy's, apparently that's one of the best as well. I'm going to do a rebrew, mate. I've already drank most of them already. It's this thing where I come down the shed and it's like, oh, I just fancy a nice beer. And the only nice beers I've got, truly nice beers that I know I've got, are my Imperial Stouts. It's like a treat at the end of the day to have a glass of this and just enjoy a good beer, and one you brewed yourself as well. It's nice that as a home brewer you can do that, albeit by for me in a kit. It's not just doing it the other way. So going to a tap takeover tomorrow. Bang the Elephant, a cracking brewery near me. They're in town, so going to that. And then going to a party on Sunday at another brewery. So putting the Wraggys beers, wines and spirits out there. And although sometimes I do wonder if I went for too long a name. I should have just gone for Wraggys beer reviews. But do you change it now? Or Wraggys reviews even? Nah. No, I'm not off Monday. No, I need to keep it calm. Yeah. I think start early and finish early. Yeah. Be finished for about 8 o'clock so I can wear off. Yeah. And that's got to be the way. The lads I'm with, they've got to get a train back to Kirkby in Ashfield, or Sutton Ashfield, near Mansfield anyway. So they won't be staying that long because they'll want to get their train back. I would have thought. So probably about 6 or 7 hours out on the booze, which would be enough. You get very, very drunk in 6 or 7 hours. Let me tell you. But I'm looking forward to 2 good days out. Tomorrow's going to just be for 3 hours. Meet the brewers, although I know the brewers, so it's not 3 hours dangerous. Yeah. I mean, I went to a brewery tour the other week, and the ale was free, and that first pint turned into more than just a few pints. Good evening. Started sucking vodka and coke again. You start off on a little bit, and before you know it, you've drank the bottle, and it's dangerous, isn't it? Spirits can be so dangerous at times. I've had to come off them because I'm lethal, in the sense that obviously you start drinking and used to be a Carling drinker, and again, lagers. Bloody hell! I've watched England play football. About 10 years ago when we were crap, and you put the match on. I mean, we're not that great these days, to be fair. Like I say, whatever fixes your anxiety, if it helps, it helps. You see all these doctors going on, oh yeah, you shouldn't drink with anxiety. Yeah, but everyone does what they do. Some people take drugs, some people will take tablets, and some people will drink. And as long as you don't become an arse when you've done any of them, then, and obviously you're not killing yourself drinking. Fair play. I mean, I go to work and I like the odd drinking, and it's nice. It does chill you out. And coming on YouTube, funnily enough, coming on YouTube and doing beer reviews chills me out. Ever so strange, isn't it? It's talking to a camera chills you out. And sometimes talking to people you don't know and just having a laugh. Laughter is so underrated. Just going out and talking to people and having a laugh, talking shite as well, and just having a laugh. It's what makes the world great. You can get in a bit of banter, like football fans. You know, you're getting a bit of banter with another football fan, as long as it don't turn fisticuffs. Good banter is what turns the world around. You know, it just makes having a laugh. Sometimes if you're in a serious job all day long, milkshake beers. Is that using a lot of lactose in the milkshake beers? Yeah. My mum, she was a complex person. And you know, a lot of the times, people are the way they are because of the way they've been brought up. And it, my wife and lactose and fruit. Ah, right, yeah. I remember about 10 years ago paying a five quid for a milkshake beer. Killed me. I'm like, 5 quid for a pint. Nowadays, that's something different. But yeah, I mean, you know, depending on your family and how you brought up, it's families is complex, and yeah, it's a strange old world. Um, you can be a product of your environment. Yeah, I've seen that too, mate. Yeah, I've seen that. I'd love to get a time machine and go back and deal with certain issues. Yes. If ever they invite a time machine, my old stepdad is going to get the biggest good hiding of his life. Then again, as a 15-year-old, he would have done no, but my mum stopped me, and and I'm not even a nasty person. You know, I don't do anything violent at all. It's not the way I am. But you know, some people in life deserve it, and he certainly did. So yeah, yeah, milkshake beers. It's funny the styles of beer these days. There's just so many chuffing styles. And as a home brewer, you know, brewing something, you want to push, you need to push yourself all the time, don't you? You want to say, can I brew that style of beer? And I mean, for me, I'll do my box ticking beers first, and then I'll probably, as a grain brewer, then I want to be trying new stuff, seeing what other breweries are doing and thinking, all right, we can do what you're doing, but we'll take it a step further. I enjoy life for the most part, you know, trying to at least, trying to be the best father, husband, and certainly a worker, and that. It's ooh, so enjoying this. Um, don't know if I put too much essence in, because it's strong stuff. This flavouring, and yeah, takes a bit. So this is a fudge brownie imperial stout, chocolate fudge brownie imperial stout. Amazing. As for Brothers Bolton, you know, yeah, seeing what other people brew. I mean, Castle Rock and Lincoln Green. Yeah, that. No, no. Get some vodka. No, it don't taste artificial at all. The flavouring is used by breweries that I know. They've used it, so not artificial in any sense. It's it's not cheap either. It's 24 quid for a litre bottle. So yeah, it is not cheap in any way, shape or form. I'm not sure. Liam Rusco, he also has done a chocolate fudge brownie stout. He used a bottle of £8 stuff off Etsy. It'd be interesting to see what the quality's like. What name is? I don't know the brand. My wife says might have been something like Foster's. She's got it up the house. They're out of Leicester. Um, but yeah, it's not cheap. The I know breweries do use the essences from this company, but then they also use Dr. Roy's as well, don't they? So um, yeah, um, I find some of these essences, if they're sugary based, they die out. You know, I've done syrups, and the syrups just ferment out, and you get left with a very, very super subtle taste, and you get a higher ABV because the yeast, any yeast elements, just cling on to that and just turn it into bloody alcohol. £8 for 200 mils of Uncle Roy's. Would that be enough for 40 pints? If I was to do an imperial stout, but wanted a different flavour, like a plum imperial. Good evening, Danny. How are you, mate? Because obviously, if you don't need to pay 24 quid for a litre to put in and pay £8, £8's a lot better than paying 24. And I've looked at some of the flavours that Uncle Roy's and this other company do, and there's some cracking flavours: banoffee, um, Black Forest, Gatto flavour, or whatever, Black Forest flavour. Um, yeah, and it's interesting. It's interesting to see what's out there. Like I say, especially if the flavouring doesn't taste artificial, because that's the last thing you'd want. Only need 10 mil for 40 pints. That don't seem a lot, does it? So an £8 bottle's plenty then. 10 mil? That don't seem enough. Bloody hell, I put about 40 mils in there. Yeah, I agree, Benjamin. I won't want it that way either. What's that about the Geordie Lager? Oh, that's good. Good to hear about the Geordie Lager. Yeah, sometimes you don't get it. Sometimes the yeast does not uh, do what it's supposed to do. It's funny, I've had brews where it's burnt all the sugar out, and then other ones where it's struggled to, and but still not sugary taste. Back in my very, very early days, 0.5 mils for 500 mils. That seems ridiculous. Unless Uncle Roy's is totally amazing. Uh, but yeah, Harrison's, he should know what he's doing. He's a good brewer. Yeah, that is interesting. Mm. Is it? I'm gonna have to get a bottle just for the taste. Uncle Roy's. I'll have to go through his because obviously if I'm gonna order a bottle, I don't want to order just one bottle because of the postage and packaging. Um, 200 mils for £8. I thought it was more expensive than that. I'll have to have a look. eBay. I'll have a look on eBay and see what they're doing. Yeah, because there's different variety, different flavourings. Just get a different flavour that you can't normally get, and it takes the messing about of like making your own plums, and because sometimes fruit are crap, cheaper on there than buying direct out. So that's usually the case, isn't it? Yeah. I just want to try different flavours. It's all about different flavours. but trying to do it in a way. I mean, it's what I'm doing upstairs with the strawberry barley wine with the Kentucky bourbon chips in. So like a strawberry bourbon imperial English barley wine. Always want to go down the imperial route. It's a thing. Um, but I mean, I'm hoping the strawberry really comes through in it and it's quite vibrant. Um, I've not been up for about 5 days now, so I ain't had time. So I need to go up and just, yeah, not since last Sunday. I need to go up and take an hydrometer reading, see if it's gone down low enough for both of them, and both the kits that I've done. But get the chili out the chocolate stout as quick as before it's too overpoweringly chilly. Um, that's my only worry with that one. And with the strawberries, it'd be interesting to get the smell of it. And them strawberries, I'm gonna eat them. Good evening, Disco rather. How are you, matey? Next beer, or I'm not having a next beer. I've just come on for a little bit, really, just for a chat. And you're right, Disco, lots of streams tonight. So I came on, I was going to do a live, and I thought, well, who's on live? And I seen you was on live at that time, and Chris's beer reviews was on live, and I thought, oh, sod the lives then. I'll just do a standard beer review. So I did a 17-minute beer review. My beer review is never short, and not most of the time at least. And then all of a sudden I checked on again. I thought, oh, sorry, I'm going back up the ass. Is Blue Nose back with his Optics and Chill? I've not seen Harry for a while. I presume he's been very busy at work. Um, Cask beer at the moment is through the roof. The sales are, so I've been told. People are going out to the pubs in droves, and you can't blame people, can you? 2 years of sitting inside, going out and getting some decent beer down your neck. That's what it's all about. Um, I'm going to do that tomorrow night. Go out and get some beer down my neck, and then on Sunday do the same. Get some more beer down my neck, as you do, and try and do some sneaky beer reviews from the pub. Yes, I do. I do need to get some Ramsbury beers. Yeah, I do. A mixed case was it expensive? Because I looked once and I thought they're a bit pricey for what they are, and it's only traditional beers. Um, but I know Harry's there doing his thing, and I'm hoping that he can convert them into getting a pilot kit. And once expensive, right? Yeah. Yeah, I'm hoping he can get them into doing a pilot kit so he can show off his brewing skills. And a bit of a, I know they've got some sort of tap room. Harry lobbed in a few little extras. Hey, fair play on him. He's a good lad. Lived in Nottingham for years. It's rubbed off on him, that Nottingham decentness. Yeah. Although not everybody in Nottingham's got it, there's some shitbags, of course. It is what it is, I suppose. I'll pour a bit more out just to get me going, and then go back up the house and try not to look drunk. Although, to be fair, I'm a lot less. I've had dinner tonight, so I'm all right. So, beer's not hitting me at all tonight. It's funny how sometimes the beer can wallop you, and then on another night, not even touching the sides, it's like, have I drank? And tonight's one of them nights where, have I had a drink? 10 mils though for 40 pints don't sound a lot, that don't. Oh, that's just bob on, that is. Absolutely bob on the money. You get the complexities of the original Imperial style mixed in with them chocolate fudge brownie, essence flavours, and wow, what a beer. So, might do a couple of lives this weekend, especially on Sunday when there's a few of us together. I always feel a bit better when there's more of us because I don't feel such an idiot. And when you've had a drink and your inhibitions go, that's when you start talking shite in front of the camera, and funny things happen. And that's where Sunday's going to be really really interesting. Uh, just got to make sure I don't make a twat of myself, but these things happen. Can't all be goody two shoes all the time. So yeah, I might have to go down the Ramsbury Brewery route because I do want to try his beers and review his beers. It's quite interesting, isn't it? Reviewing a beer reviewer's beers, his actual own beers. I have done some other beer reviewers' beers. I've done Red Dog near me. He sent me one of his beers and I reviewed that. So, but you know, and that one's commercial release at the time. But Harry's a commercial beer, so quite a big brewery. So to review his beers would be very interesting. To pick apart, you know, and dissect them in a way that's obviously decent, but yeah, it's got to be done. It's got to be done. Good evening, Craig. And, thought to come online tonight. Bootlegger Pilsner. No, no. Bootlegger, is that the Jeremy Clarkson one? I've not anyway. That's the answer anyway. No, I've not even seen it. I have heard of it somewhere. Vaguely good evening, Benjamin. I'm going to have to shoot as well, actually. Been down the shed about an hour now. So, yeah. Bollockins will ensue. Hawkstone is Jeremy Clarkson. Ah, right, yeah. I need to keep an eye out for that if it ever goes in the bargain shops. I'm not paying silly prices for Jeremy Clarkson. Yeah, sod that. I'm not paying silly prices. I'll wait till it comes in B&M bargains or M bargains. Yeah, it's bound to at some stage. Yeah, a couple of years down the line, obviously, but yeah, I'm bound to get it at some stage. Anyway, got to run. Thank you for joining tonight. Something slightly different. Not sure it worked as I wanted it to work, but you know, you never know with live streams, do you? I'm probably still better off sticking to pure beer reviews and talking about beard and any off things. But you live and learn. Ah, I have seen it then. Yes, it's on sale. It's going to be on sale in Home Bargains, and it's on sale somewhere else. Yeah, is it B&M? It's on sale in one of them, definitely. Yes, I've definitely seen it, whether it be on the internet or whatever. Definitely seen it. Right, apologies all. Got to shoot. Um, yeah, always doing gardening work, mate. Always doing gardening work. Every single day. Yeah, yeah. I do need to resurrect my gardening channel and just go full on beer reviews on the beer channel, gardening on the gardening channel, and keep it to that. Sometimes it's not as easy as it sounds because you can't go live on the bloody gardening channel unless I use StreamYard to do it. So that might be an idea. And do live gardening channel things where I'm not really live because I'll do it, but use a live stream broadcasting thing so I can actually broadcast it live. Yeah, might actually be a thing. I might have to do that. Yeah, it'd be quite interesting. Yeah, my brain's rattling now. Anyway, gotta run. Don't want to go bollocking. See you soon. Cheers.